Many people spend money on seed packets every spring and then quietly wonder why only a few plants appear weeks later. At the very same time, a small glass of water sitting near a kitchen window may already be filled with fresh green growth. Sometimes the green onions people cut and throw away begin growing again in only a few days, while expensive seeds still sit untouched in the soil. That surprises many gardeners, especially seniors who were taught that every growing season begins with buying something new. But over the years, one strange pattern keeps appearing. Sometimes the part people throw away grows faster than the part they carefully plant. In one home, a few leftover onion roots began producing fresh green shoots in less than a week. Nearby seed trays had been watered carefully for almost a month with very little progress. That contrast feels backward at first. Yet it happens more often than many people realize. And the surprising part is this. Some forgotten kitchen scraps can continue producing food for weeks with almost no effort at all. No digging. No heavy lifting. No complicated setup. After watching hundreds of home gardeners repeat the same mistake, one lesson becomes very clear. Most people are throwing away the living part of the plant without even realizing it. If this feels surprising, you're not alone. Most gardeners were never taught this. Today, we're going to look at 5 kitchen scraps that quietly regrow again and again in plain water. But before explaining why this happens, it helps to understand why some scraps suddenly come back to life while others simply rot. The first thing many gardeners notice is inconsistency. One scrap grows beautifully. Another turns soft, brown, and unpleasant within days. At first, this can feel random. But usually there is a simple reason hiding underneath. Most regrowing plants depend on a small section near the base. That area stores energy, moisture, and tiny growth points that are often invisible at first glance. When people cut vegetables too close to the bottom, they accidentally remove the part capable of starting new growth. This happens often with green onions, lettuce, and celery. A person slices away almost the entire base because they want to use as much of the vegetable as possible. Then the remaining piece sits in water and slowly collapses. The plant was not weak. The living center was simply removed too early. The interesting part is that many scraps already contain stored energy before they ever touch water again. The plant is prepared to protect itself. In nature, many vegetables survive damage from weather, insects, or animals. That hidden survival system still exists when the vegetable reaches the kitchen. Water helps wake that system up. But water alone is not enough. Clean water matters. Gentle sunlight matters. Patience matters even more. Some people spend money on fertilizers or complicated indoor systems too early. Yet many scraps regrow best under very simple conditions. A small container. Fresh water every few days. A window with indirect light. Quiet observation. This is where regrowing begins to feel less like luck and more like understanding. Once gardeners learn where the growth points are located, the process becomes much more predictable. And among all kitchen scraps, one plant stands above the rest for beginners because it responds so quickly that many people think something unusual is happening overnight. Green onions are often the easiest and most rewarding scrap to regrow in water. In fact, many seniors who try this once wish they had started years earlier. After cooking, most people cut away the white root section and throw it into the trash without thinking twice. But when those roots are placed into a shallow glass with a small amount of water, something remarkable begins happening very quickly. Sometimes within 2 or 3 days, bright green shoots appear from the center again. By the end of the week, the onions may already look tall enough for another small harvest. The speed surprises almost everyone the first time. What makes green onions especially encouraging is that they often regrow multiple times from one purchase. Some gardeners trim the tops, use them in soups or eggs, and then place the roots back into water again. The cycle repeats quietly in the background with very little effort. There is also an interesting observation many gardeners notice over time. Green onions sometimes regrow faster indoors near a calm kitchen window than outside in rough weather conditions. Strong wind, intense heat, or sudden cold can slow them down outdoors. But indoors, the environment remains more stable. This is especially helpful for seniors who may prefer lighter gardening tasks inside the home rather than bending over garden beds outside. The process stays simple. Keep only the roots and lower white section. Add enough water to cover the roots without drowning the entire bulb. Then place the container somewhere bright but not painfully hot. One small caution does help here. Water left unchanged for too long can develop an unpleasant smell or slimy texture. Changing the water every few days usually prevents this problem completely. What makes green onions important is not just the harvest itself. It is the confidence they build. Fast visible growth reminds gardeners that plants are often more resilient than they appear. And once that confidence grows, many people begin looking at other vegetables differently, especially one leafy vegetable that most households throw away too early. Lettuce may not seem like a plant that can return after being cut. Most people assume the story ends once the leaves are removed. But the center of certain lettuces still holds surprising life inside it. Romaine lettuce works especially well for this. After the outer leaves are used, the base can be placed into shallow water near a cool window. For several days, very little appears to happen. Then slowly, tiny pale leaves begin forming in the center. This creates one common misunderstanding. Many gardeners expect an entirely new grocery store-sized head of lettuce to appear. When that does not happen, they feel disappointed. But that expectation is usually the problem. Regrowing lettuce in water is better understood as a source of small fresh harvests rather than giant replacements. The new center leaves may stay smaller and softer, yet they are still useful for sandwiches, salads, or soups. And interestingly, cooler rooms often produce better results than very warm sunny windows. Lettuce naturally prefers milder temperatures. In rooms with harsh afternoon heat, the leaves may become weak or bitter more quickly. This is another reminder that gardening changes depending on the environment. A method that works perfectly in one home may behave differently somewhere else. That does not mean the gardener failed. It simply means plants respond to local conditions. Some seniors discover that a north-facing window or a slightly cooler kitchen works better than direct intense sunlight. Small observations like this often improve results more than extra effort. The real lesson lettuce teaches is patience with realistic expectations. Regrowing is not always about creating giant vegetables again. Sometimes it is about receiving steady fresh growth from something already available. And that quiet lesson becomes even more important with celery, because celery often looks completely inactive before suddenly showing signs of life. Celery can test a gardener's patience more than almost any other kitchen scrap. In the beginning, it often appears lifeless. A celery base placed into water may sit there for days with almost no visible change. The outer edges can even dry slightly or become pale. Many gardeners assume the process has failed and throw it away too soon. But underneath the surface, something slower is taking place. Inside the center of the celery base, hidden growth points begin waking up gradually. Roots may start forming below before leaves appear above. Then one morning, tiny yellow-green leaves emerge from the middle almost unexpectedly. That moment surprises many beginners because the change seems sudden. Yet the plant was quietly preparing itself the entire time. Experienced growers often wait a full week before deciding whether celery is successful or not. Some even wait longer in cooler homes. Temperature changes everything. A chilly room slows development. A warmer, bright room speeds it up. This teaches one of the most valuable lessons in gardening. Plants are often working even when nothing visible appears above the surface. People sometimes interfere too much during this stage. They move the container constantly. They add products. They overfill the water. Yet celery often responds best when left mostly alone with stable conditions. A shallow dish works better than deep water. Fresh water every few days helps prevent rot. Gentle light matters more than harsh direct sun. And once those tiny center leaves finally appear, many gardeners feel a calm sense of reward. Not because the process was fast, but because they learned to observe instead of forcing results. That same idea appears again with garlic, although garlic creates a different kind of misunderstanding entirely. Garlic cloves can surprise people because they begin growing quickly in water, yet they do not grow in the way many beginners expect. When a garlic clove sits with its base touching shallow water, green shoots often rise from the top within days. These greens are soft, mild, and useful in cooking. Many seniors enjoy adding them to soups, potatoes, eggs, or rice because the flavor feels gentler than raw garlic. The confusion begins when people expect an entire garlic bulb to form in the water container itself. That usually does not happen. Water growing works well for producing garlic greens, but full bulbs generally require soil and much more time. Once gardeners understand this difference, the process becomes much less frustrating. The greens themselves are the real reward here. They provide fresh flavor indoors during seasons when outdoor gardening feels difficult. Garlic also responds strongly to water levels. Too much standing water around the clove can quickly cause rot. The base should touch water lightly rather than sit deeply submerged. This small detail makes a large difference. Some gardeners notice roots first. Others see green shoots before roots appear. Both patterns can happen naturally. Again, plants respond differently depending on temperature, humidity, and light. In cooler climates, garlic may grow more slowly indoors during winter. In warmer homes, shoots sometimes appear surprisingly fast. This reminds gardeners that success is not always about perfect vegetables. Sometimes it is about steady fresh growth that quietly supports the kitchen week after week. And perhaps no kitchen scrap demonstrates visible growth more dramatically than the sweet potato. Sweet potatoes almost seem magical once they begin growing in water. A plain potato sitting quietly in a jar can suddenly produce long twisting vines that stretch toward the light. For many seniors, this becomes more than gardening. It becomes something enjoyable to watch each day. At first, only small bumps appear on the potato surface. Then thin roots begin reaching downward into the water. Soon after, green shoots emerge upward. Within weeks, the vines may trail across shelves or windowsills. The daily changes are sometimes so noticeable that gardeners find themselves checking the plant every morning. What surprises many people most is that these vines are not only decorative. The shoots, often called slips, can later become full sweet potato plants in soil. That discovery changes how people see the entire process. A leftover potato from the kitchen suddenly becomes the beginning of a much larger garden. Environment plays a huge role here. Warm rooms speed growth dramatically. In cooler homes, sweet potatoes may stay inactive for much longer. This does not mean the potato is dead. It simply means the plant is waiting for better conditions. A sunny warm window often works best. But even then, patience matters. Some gardeners enjoy sweet potatoes mainly because of the beauty they bring indoors. The vines soften a room and create movement near the light. Harvest becomes secondary. And that may be one of the hidden emotional benefits of regrowing scraps. Plants give people something living to observe gently over time. Still, many gardeners eventually notice that some water-grown plants slow down or weaken. This creates another important question that often goes unexplained. One quiet truth about water regrowing is that it has limits. In the beginning, many scraps grow rapidly because they still contain stored energy inside their tissues. The plant uses those reserves to produce fresh roots and leaves. But over time, that stored energy begins running low. Water alone does not provide all the nutrients plants need forever. Eventually, leaves may turn pale. Growth may slow. Roots may darken or soften. Some scraps simply stop progressing after several weeks. When this happens, many beginners assume they failed. But usually, nothing went wrong at all. The plant simply reached the limit of what water alone could support. This is where soil sometimes becomes helpful. Once healthy roots form, moving the plant into light potting soil can provide additional nutrients and support longer growth. Still, not every scrap needs to continue forever. Some serve their purpose as temporary kitchen greens or indoor decoration. Observation matters more than forcing endless growth. Healthy roots usually appear light-colored and firm. Water should smell fresh rather than sour. Leaves should look stable rather than collapsing suddenly. These quiet signals tell gardeners far more than strict schedules ever could. This is another reason many older gardeners do surprisingly well with regrowing scraps. Experience often teaches observation naturally over time. Younger gardeners sometimes rush because they expect immediate perfection. But seniors often understand something deeper without even realizing it. Plants respond well to calm consistency. A person does not need to hover over the container every hour. In fact, constant adjustments sometimes create more stress for the plant. Stable light, clean water, and patience usually accomplish more than complicated routines. Many seniors already possess this slower observational mindset from years of caring for homes, families, and outdoor spaces. They notice subtle changes. A leaf color shift. A new root forming. A smell in the water. Tiny details matter. And these small observations often prevent problems before they become serious. Modern gardening videos sometimes create the impression that success must happen quickly and dramatically. But real gardening usually unfolds slowly. Quietly. Naturally. The healthiest regrowing scraps are often the ones left mostly undisturbed. A green onion does not need daily trimming. Celery does not need constant movement. Lettuce does not need perfect leaves to remain useful. This gentler style of gardening also reduces physical strain. There is less bending, digging, carrying, and heavy work. Much of the process happens at countertop height near a simple window. And perhaps that simplicity explains why regrowing scraps feels so satisfying for many people. It removes pressure. It replaces performance with observation. Over time, gardeners begin understanding that healthy growth often comes from creating calm conditions rather than forcing action. And that idea leads to the biggest lesson these kitchen scraps continue teaching again and again. Most people already have what they need to begin. A small glass. A little sunlight. Clean water. Patience. That is often enough. The surprising thing is not that these scraps regrow. The surprising thing is how much life still remains inside parts people were taught to throw away. Green onions continue reaching upward. Lettuce quietly forms fresh center leaves. Celery waits patiently before revealing hidden growth. Garlic offers gentle kitchen greens. Sweet potatoes stretch long vines toward the light. Each one teaches the same quiet lesson in a slightly different way. Gardening does not always improve when we do more. Sometimes it improves when we interfere less and observe more carefully. If you're comfortable sharing, I'm curious which kitchen scrap surprised you the most, or whether you've already tried regrowing one at home. Over time, many gardeners discover that plants respond better to steady calm attention than constant correction. Nature already understands how to grow. Our role is often smaller than we think. The healthiest gardens are often built by gardeners who stop forcing everything. And sometimes the garden improves when we simply step back and observe. Sometimes doing less is exactly what helps plants give you more.